Siobhan Francis, and I just want to say welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first video, but this is video number 2 and make it happen all 2019. So we're going to talk about how to budget, specifically how to budget when you're broke. Now, I don't want anyone to be offended. Broke is not a terrible term, but I mean, nobody has Beyonce money. So right now, we all a little bit behind, a little bit broke. So, I hear a lot of people say, oh, I don't need a budget because I don't have enough money to budget. Well, you're the perfect person to budget because you don't have a lot of money, right? So everyone follows a budget. If Oprah has a budget and Katy Perry has a budget, you need a budget, okay? So let's talk about how to budget when you're broke. I wrote down 5 tips that you can use to successfully budget when your finances are not in the best place. So I have my phone here just to keep me on track so I'm not rambling, because I can talk all day about finances. So let's just jump right in. Step number 1 would be commit. So in this step, you have to train your mental first. You have to commit to it and say, okay, I am ready to make a change in my finances, and I'm ready to jump right in. So you're going to commit and you're going to decide that you want a better future for yourself. So step number 1 of how to budget when you're broke is to commit. Step number 2 is to set a goal. So budgeting is not just, writing down your income versus expenses. We're trying to hit some type of target, have a metric. So I would tell you to set a very realistic goal, maybe something that you in the beginning can meet in 6 months. So maybe that is save $1,000, or that's paying off, a small credit card, or maybe that's, just even saving $100. But have something that you're working towards. So when you sit down and you have already committed and you're ready to go ahead into the next step to budget, you have something to look forward to. Step number 3, I would say, is analyze. So this is where you take a look at yourself, but from your spending habits. So what do you spend a lot of money on that's maybe unnecessary, or, what restaurants do you frequent that you should probably spend less at? This is kind of where I like to take my bank statements and pick 3 color highlights, maybe blue, pink, and yellow, and highlight maybe eating out, entertainment, or random trips to Walmart and Target, and figure out which has the most highlights, and that's where I spend the most of my money, and figure out how we can decrease that. So after you have committed yourself to now that you're going to start budgeting and you have a goal set in mind, you have to analyze yourself and look back and see where you need to make the change. And if you guys can hear a dog, this is off of the budgeting tips. Just excuse me, my neighbors, they have about 4 or 5 dogs, so just ignore them, okay? So step number 4 would be to strategize. In the beginning, I'll be honest with you all, when you begin budgeting, you will live paycheck to paycheck. So your budget will have to represent that as well. So in a perfect world, we like people to live off of a monthly pot of money. So, however much money you make in the month is how you divvy it up. But in the beginning, you will budget for every 2 weeks or every other week, or, however you get paid. So you want to strategically plan your bills based on the due dates that fall in line with your paychecks. So if your light bill is due on the 20th and your first check is on the 15th, you would pay your light bill from that 15th check. And then also, maybe if your car note is on the 1st or your rent is on the 1st, you would probably pay it from your last check. So it's okay to, for the moment, because this is just temporary in the beginning, to budget with those first 2 paychecks. And you want to make sure that every dollar has a place. I see and talk to a lot of people that say, well, I had extra money this month. Well, there's no such thing as extra money, because unless you made extra income, it's still the money that you have accounted for already. That money needs to go somewhere, whether it's in entertainment, dining out, if you have children, maybe you have a fund for them, or it's in commuter fees, whatever the case may be. Every dollar needs a cent. You can have a miscellaneous category that you may put an extra $20 there a month, and you may not spend it all the time, but every dollar needs a cent. So when your finances are not in perfect order, we like to budget you down to 0, meaning there's nothing left over for you to spend somewhere else, and everything has a category. So you've committed, we've set our target goal, maybe paying off a credit card. We've already analyzed our past spending habits, because we're going to make healthy new ones. And we've strategized, like I said, line up your bills to go with your paycheck. The last step would be to actually execute. So I know that sounds simple. Well, duh, I'm going to execute because I have to follow the budget. Well, I want you to actually follow the budget. So I would suggest for the first 3 months, you stay strict on your budget, and what you have on that paper or that Excel spreadsheet, you stick to it, right? But over time, your budget is going to evolve. You're going to spend less, hopefully. You're going to pay off more debt, and you're going to possibly find more ways to have more income. So as you execute, you have to evolve. So if you make a 3-month budget, first month goes smooth, then the second month, life may happen. You have to be able to evolve and change your budget for your lifestyle and things that happen in life. Now, I don't mean change the budget because you want to buy some Louis Vuittons or they got some Jordans coming out. It means that you're going to just change the budget to meet your goals and to meet your lifestyle as comfortable as possible. Also, when you execute, you're going to hold yourself accountable. So if you set a budget and you say, I'm only going to spend $100 a month dining out, hold yourself accountable to that and only spend that $100 and not, look at the end of the month and you spend $300 and it's okay. It's not okay. In order to successfully execute, you have to be your own accountability partner. And then also celebrate. So when we execute, we celebrate. So if you pay off a credit card or, every Friday night you used to going and spending a bunch of money out and you don't do that for a couple Fridays or Saturdays, it's okay to pat yourself on the back and say, job well done, because that's how you're executing. But, stay on target. Don't get too excited. So when you're budgeting, people always ask me, well, what do you use to budget? Well, I am standard or old school. I still use an Excel spreadsheet. I've used paper before when I first started out, just, have my income and my expenses and some savings funds and things like that. And I wrote it out. I also use some different budgeting apps that I'll give you guys at a later date. So I also use some different spending apps and savings apps and things like that. But my favorite is just my handy dandy Excel spreadsheet, and I just crunch out the numbers there. And just want you all to understand that a budget is not a constraint. It's just simply a plan for your money. So when your money is a little funny, you need a strategic plan. That way you can get through the months, the years, and just build a brighter future. So that's just a simple how to budget when you're broke. The term budget is, like I said, it's not to offend anyone at all. It's just, an expression we use. Sometimes I tell my friends, like, hey, I'm broke this month. I can't go eat at our favorite Thai restaurant, even though I really want to. And sometimes I still do. And even sometimes I still do, indulge when I should not. I go back to these 5 steps and I figure out, where I maybe have fallen off or where I need to improve or increase. So those are, 5 easy steps of how to budget when you're broke. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. If you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, or questions, please leave them below. I'm here to answer them. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have already subscribed, I just want to say thank you so much. And if you have not, I'm confused as to why you haven't joined the party yet. So definitely subscribe. I have links below to my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So let's stay connected, and thank you.